Today we are doing a quick review of the Gerber Magniplier fishing pliers. They're about 7.5 inches long. I got them online a couple years ago. I've had them for a little more than 5 years now. They retail now for about $90 to $100. This is the older version here. The newer versions do have a salt finishing just for corrosion resistance. And that, as far as I know, is the only big change among them. In terms of things to consider for these pliers, I can say that these are by far the best pliers that I've ever used. I can strongly recommend these. I love them. I use them for such a long time, and I've used them with a lot of different species. Species I tend to prefer using them for would be the larger species like largemouth bass, striper, catfish, snakehead. They're not great for small species like trout, and the reason for that is just, you can see here is that they don't really close all the way. You can get them a little bit. There's still a little gap in there when they're completely closed, and that's not great for really small specific hooks like the trout hooks. That being said, they are still exceptional, and I do use them either way. I just tend to bring another pair of pliers with me at the same time, or hemostats. Things to keep in mind about these pliers. First things first is that they are pretty heavy, and you can see here, I've dropped them a good amount of times, and you can see there's dents and scratches among them, but they've held up really well, and nothing's really impacted the use. In terms of how I use them, they also come with a lanyard or a little retractor. Now this is a different sheath. This isn't the one it came with, and in my mind that is the worst part of the product. I really did not like the sheath. I thought it was flimsy. It just didn't work well. The features that I really like about this, you can see here there is a finger space here, or a place to kind of hold and grip it that helps with your manipulation of the hooks, and there is an offset to the pliers as well, which can certainly help with manipulating the fish out. Or at least the company is saying that's how it works, and I do think it does help. One of the big features here that I love is this locking mechanism. You can see that when it's unlocked, the pliers hang out open. When you click it closed, it stays locked. It helps it fit nicer in the sheaths. At the same time, when it's closed like this, it doesn't really catch on your pants or catch on your shirt, which I do find happens with some of the more cheaper pliers. And again, with the cheaper pliers, they don't hold up well, they rust out, and they just kind of fall apart. That brings me to my next point, the jaws here. You can see here the jaws look great. They're really, really pristine. And there's really no wear at all on these, and that's something that I think is really important to consider. With cheaper pliers, I find that they bend and dent over time. And these pliers too, they are replaceable, exchangeable. You can take them out. I've never needed to. Mine have never worn to the point that I thought I had that problem. And the same thing with the carbide cutters as well over here. These are great. I've used them all the time. They cut through braid, they cut through fluorocarbon and mono. Just really, really nice. In the next few videos, I'm going to show you guys a couple uses of me using them to pull out some hooks on some bigger fish. Overall, just to sum it up, these are some wonderful pliers. I think if you're going to get a gift for someone who uses cheaper pliers or always complains about their pliers, this is really, really a good choice. These are pliers I can see myself using for years, and not ones that I foresee myself ever having to replace, unless, of course, I lose them. And if you guys have any questions, certainly put a comment below or shoot me a message. I also started a blog on some equipment I use, and I'll also go into significant detail with this product there too. Take care, all.